welcome students. So now today we are starting with the third part of our ongoing chapter statistics. We are starting with the mode. Okay, this is the very simple topic, and of course it is asked in the board exam very frequently. What is mode? Mode is the value. Mode is the value which occurs most frequently. So any value which occurs most frequently in a set of observations is called as mode. I repeat again please. Mode is what? Any value. Okay? Any value which occurs most frequently. Okay? Is called as a mode. In other words, I can also say it is the point. It is the point of maximum frequency. Maximum frequency. So any point you found out with the maximum frequency is called as the mode. So here also students, as we saw in the mean and median, we have three types of data. First type of data we have is the raw data. Second type we have tabulated data, in which frequencies will be given but class intervals are not given, data is not grouped. And the third type of data is grouped data, in which class intervals are mentioned. So let's see how to find mode for all three datas. Okay, very quickly students, please pause the video and write this definition. It's very important. Please pay attention. The first type I wrote over here, that mode of raw data. What do you mean by raw data? Raw data means the data which is separated by commas. Okay, example is there in front of you, the example. Okay, now we have some data separated by commas which are called as raw data. 4, 7, 4, 3, 2, 7, 7, 6, 4, 7, 8. See students, if we count number of 4 over here, this is 1, 2, 3. 3 times 4 we have, right? 3 times 4. So just in the rough work, if you want, we can find, I'll write here 4 and the frequency of 4. Frequency of 4 means the number of times 4 is occurring. 1, 2, 3. So 3 times 4 is coming. Okay, this is the frequency of 4. Okay, and now I can see 2 occurs only one time, so no need. 8 occurs only one time. Let's see about 6. 6, what about 6? For 6 I can say here it's one time. That's it, it's only also one time. Now let's see about 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7 is occurring 4 times. 7 is occurring 4 times. See here, 1, 2, 3 and 4. What is mode? Right now we saw this definition. Mode is the value which occurs most frequently. Here can I say in the given data 7 occurs most frequently? Yes. So in the given data 7 occurs most frequently. Therefore mode is equal to 7. Answer. So we completed our mode of raw data. Now let's see how to find mode of tabulated data. Okay, pause the video first, complete this first. Okay students, now please see, now we are doing the second type, which is mode of tabulated data. Tabulated data means what? Here class intervals will not be given. Class intervals will not be given, or in other words I'll say ungrouped data. Ungrouped data. Okay, but frequency will be given. But frequency will be given. Frequency will be given. Okay, this type of data is called as tabulated data. See, a number or any quantity or any data is given here and the frequency is given. That means number 9 is occurring 8 times, number 10 is occurring 12 times, number 11 is occurring 15 times, and so on like this. Number 15 8 times, number 16 6 times. Okay, once again let's see the definition students. What was our definition? Our definition was mode. Mode is the value which occurs most frequently in a set of observation. Okay, and it is what precisely? it is the point, see here I am highlighting this box, okay, it is the point of maximum frequency. It is the data with the maximum frequency. That's it, students. Let's see here very quickly. Over here in this table, 9 is occurring 8 times, 11, 15 times. So let's hunt from the frequency. What's the maximum frequency? What's the maximum frequency? 12, 15, 14, 17. Here I can see this 17, students. This 17 over here. So what can we say? I can say the maximum frequency over here is 17 for the number 13. That means the number 13 is occurring maximum number of times, which is 17 times. So 13 is our mode. Okay, so 13 is our mode. Don't misinterpret like this, that 17 is our mode. 17 is the maximum frequency. Here it can be seen that number 13 is occurring most frequently, which is 17 number of times. Okay, so that's the reason 13 is our mode. Understood, students? So that's it, how to write this. Since the frequency of number 13 is maximum, therefore mode is 13. Since frequency of number 13 is maximum, therefore mode is equal to 13. Okay, so that's it, students. We completed a mode of tabulated data. Now students, we are going on the third part, mode of group data, which is very, very important. Okay, please pause the video and complete up till here, and then we'll start with the mode of group data. Students, please see here, starting with the third part, and very, very important, very, very important. Okay, mode of grouped data. Group data means class intervals will be given, class intervals form. Group data means class intervals form. Okay, so whenever mode of grouped data is asked, mode of group data is asked to you, that is class intervals will be given. So how to find it? It can be done with the method of, it can be solved by histogram. Okay, as far as our syllabus is concerned, it can be solved only by histogram. Okay, what are the basic rules what we have to follow? The first point over here, very important, class intervals Ci, I write in the short form, class intervals Ci should be continuous. Okay, if not, make it continuous. How to make it continuous? We saw in our previous lectures when we were solving the ogive curves, the median. Okay, class intervals should be continuous. If not, make it continuous by the adjustment factor. Okay, now the second point, students, pay attention over here. Second point, then because we are drawing the histogram, so that's the reason actually the class intervals should be continuous, because histogram cannot be drawn if the class intervals are uncontinuous. Okay, second thing, on the x-axis class intervals will come. Okay, then on the y-axis frequency will come. Okay, x-axis class intervals will come, on the y-axis frequency will come. Now comes the third point and the most important point, students. Now in this point, students, we deal about drawing the diagonals. Okay, drawing the diagonals to the rectangle with the highest frequency. Inside the highest rectangle, as you know that we draw rectangles in histograms, we draw bars in the form of rectangles. So inside the highest rectangle, which represents the maximum frequency, we need to draw two diagonals. Okay, so once again I repeat, inside the highest rectangle, the tallest rectangle, because which represents the maximum frequency. And mode in this chapter, mode in this topic, mode, what we are always dealing with the data which has highest frequency. What we have to do, we have to draw two diagonals, students. Okay, two diagonals. How to draw the diagonals? It's clearly mentioned in the note. Okay, and how to proceed with and how to find mode, students, I'll explain you when I draw the graph. Right now if I explain you also, then you'll not be very clear with the things. Okay, so what I want, students, over here is that please pause the video and copy up till here everything what you can see. This third point also I'll explain you each and everything when we'll do the graph. Okay, so just please pause the video and copy all the three things right now, please. Students, please pay attention. Now in front of you, to teach you how to find mode of group data with the help of histogram, I am taking a latest question of 2020 board exam. Okay, the very latest question. The question was find mode. Okay, so this is the question. In this method of finding mode with the help of histogram, we don't have to make any big tables with many columns and all. You just have to copy this as it is on the ruled page. Okay, but you have to copy this. So this is your question on the ruled page. Okay, please copy this. There's no extra column. This is the question and same we have to copy. Only thing is, sometimes they give you question in the horizontal way. The class intervals will be given in the horizontal manner, and the frequency, number of people is always frequency, will be given to you in horizontal manner. Okay, so if you copy the like by same also, it's fine. No need to copy like this in the vertically. Whatever the question is given, whatever the table is given, you just have to copy on the ruled page. Pause the video please and copy this question very quickly on the ruled page. Students, on a fresh graph paper, what I did, I just drew an x-axis over here, arrowheads written over here x-axis, and over here also arrowhead and written over here y-axis. Okay, so now please see here, this is my question, students, in front of you, 2020. Now the weekly wages, these are what? These are actually the class intervals. Okay, so you have to write class intervals, and these are actually what? Frequency. Okay, denoted by F. These are my frequency. So where the class intervals will come, right now in the note I told you, the class intervals will always come, this will come on x-axis, and the frequencies will come on the y-axis. Just now we saw this in a note. Okay, so how to write this class intervals? See here, there is the common mistake that how students write, they write like this, 3000 to 4000 as the value of one block. No, it will be completely wrong. What you have to do, you just have to copy each and every value assigning to the one line. Please see here on the screen. I have first, see here, 3000. I'm showing you how to plot the points. 3000, then 4000, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, going till 10,000, right? So like this first point, I'll call this first point as 3000. Okay, I'm writing in a slant manner because it's a big number, that's the reason. Okay, so please don't be like this, that many students write like this, that this first block they give the value is 3000 to 4000. They write like this, 3000 dash 4000. Then the second block they write like this, 4000 dash 5000. It will be completely wrong. We are assigning values to the lines. So this first line is 3000, this second line is 4000, like this, this line is 5000, and so on. Please do it very fast. Pause the video and do it. See here, students, please. I just wrote all the values over here. And weekly wages, the name was given to me, the original name is given to me as weekly wages, and it's class intervals, so in the bracket class intervals. Okay, now please pay attention, this is the most important part of the chapter of this topic. Now number of people, frequency, which comes on the y-axis. What you have to do, you hunt for the maximum frequency. What is your maximum frequency? It's 18, right? That means that because this is coming on the y-axis, so this 18 should be plotted over here on the y-axis. So if I take the value of one box, hope you all can see this, the value of one box as 1, so that means I need 18 boxes. Do I have 18 boxes? No, I just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 boxes I have, or 11 lines I have, I can say. So here I have 18, so I should take such a scale that this 18 can be easily fitted on my graph paper. So that's the reason I'm taking 2. Okay, scale as 2. That means on y-axis, value of one box which is of 2 centimeters, I'm taking the value as 2. Okay, so this will be 2. This line will be 2. This line will be 4. See how I am plotting the points. I mark a point, I dark this, and then I'll write 6 like this over here. Okay, pause the video and do it fast. We have chosen the scale for the y-axis as one block as 2. Okay, and here this was not in our case. The scale, of course, we have to write that on the x-axis 2 centimeter is equal to how much? There is a gap of 1000 units. that is the weekly wages. This was not in our hands, but this is very smartly what we have to choose. Okay, so pause the video and do it fast. Students, now please see here, all of you, I have plotted all the points over here starting from 2 and I reached 18 because my maximum is 18 over here. And what I wrote here, number of people, which was given in the question, and in the bracket frequency. Okay, that's it. So now we are ready, students, to plot a histogram or to draw a histogram. Okay, now let's do it very quickly. See here how to do it. It's very easy. It's given to me that weekly wages 3000 to 4000. From 3000 to 4000, number of people are 4. From 3000 to 4000, number of people are 4. Okay, so here what I will be doing is, see this is my 3000, this is my 4000. From 3000 to 4000, number of people are 4 here. So I'll draw a line on 4 over here. Please see here. From 3000 to 4000, number of people are 4. Here, this is number of people. Okay, so I'll connect this and form a rectangle like this. Understand, students? Let me do one more for you all, then you all can manage. The second one, please see this, the second one. It's given over here that 4000 to 5000, this much. 4000 to 5000. It's 9. Number of people are 9. So height of my rectangle will be 9. Vertical height, because the height comes on the y-axis. Number of people is 9 from 4000 to 5000. So number of people are 9. Okay. So see here, one box ka value we have taken as 2. One box ka value we have taken as 2. So in this one box, students, we have 5 lines. If you please see this box, in this one box I have 10 lines. Sorry, I have 10 sublines. Okay. So if I want to take the value 1, can I say I'll go till 5th line? This will be my 1. Okay. If I count 5 lines, this will be my value 1. Then if I count another 5 lines, I reaches 2. If I count 5 sublines, I'll reach the value 3. Then if I count another 5 sublines, I'll reach the value 4. I want to reach till 9. See this, from 4000 to 5000. This is my block. This is the 8. This is the line for 8, because here 8 is mentioned here. This is the line for 8. I want to reach till 9. If I go more 5 sublines, so this will be my line for 9. And more 5 lines, I'll reach till 10. Okay, I want till 9 only. So over this point, I'll connect this. Okay, so similarly, students, you have to draw for all these. Please pause the video and do it very quickly, fast. Please see this, students. I have drawn the histogram. Okay, this is a rectangle with the highest box up to 18. Okay, so this is a histogram. Okay, now let's see the third point, which I told you I'll explain you afterwards. All of you, please pay attention. I'm explaining you the third point. Please see this, all of you. I gave you for the drawing out the mode, for finding out the mode of group data, that is finding out for the histogram. I told you there are 3 points. I explained you this first point and second point, but the third point is still left to be explained. Now pay attention, please. Inside the highest rectangle, which represents the maximum frequency, which is, in our case, this is our highest rectangle, which is from 5000 to 6000 and having the frequency of 18. The highest rectangle means this class from 5000 to 6000 is having highest frequency of 18. The highest rectangle means the highest frequency. Okay, now let's see what to do. Please pay attention here. One word I'll explain you and I'll draw to it for you. Draw 2 diagonals. We need to draw 2 diagonals. Okay, first diagonal, this is about the first diagonal and this is about the second diagonal. First diagonal, from left hand side corner to the right hand side rectangle. From this, what we are talking about, we are talking about the highest rectangle. Okay, from left hand side corner of this highest rectangle, of this highest rectangle, from left hand side corner of this highest or the tallest rectangle to the right hand side rectangle. First diagonal कहाँ से start होगा? Left hand side corner Okay, see this. This is the left hand side corner. From the left hand side corner to the right hand side rectangle. Right hand side पे ये rectangle है, ये वाला right hand side पे. So left hand side corner to the right hand side का rectangle. मतलब I'll start from here, the diagonal, left hand side corner, and I'll end till here. I will not come here. Pay attention. Okay, I will not be taking my diagonal. I will not take my diagonal from here to here. I will not reach here. I will be stopping at this right hand side wala rectangle, because you clearly mentioned we have to draw the diagonal up till the right hand side wala diagonal. So I'll start my journey. I'll start my journey from here. Okay, and I'll end till here. Understanding, students? Okay, so now I'm drawing the diagonal. Please see here. Okay, this is my first diagonal. Okay, now let's see about the second diagonal. It's very simple. From right hand side corner, of course, of the tallest rectangle, we are talking about the tallest or the highest rectangle of the tallest rectangle what we achieved. Okay, from the right hand side corner of the tallest rectangle to the left hand side rectangle. So from right hand side corner, मतलब ये वाला corner, from the right hand side corner of the tallest rectangle to the left hand side wala rectangle. So I will stop my diagonal till here. From here I will draw till here. Students, I will not come here. I will not come here. I will reach till here. Okay, let me do it very quickly. Okay, students. So here we got the answer. Our two diagonals are intersecting at a single point. Now let's see. Let's read the note once again. Let's read the note once again, students. Pay attention. Then draw perpendicular. Then draw perpendicular from point of intersection of two diagonals. Of course, the two diagonals intersect at a single point. From that point of intersection, draw perpendicular. Okay, draw perpendicular, of course, to the x-axis. Draw perpendicular to the x-axis. Okay, please see here. This is my point of intersection. Okay, this is my point of intersection. This one. From here, I'll draw a perpendicular on the x-axis. It can be clearly seen in the video that it comes exactly on one of the sublines. Okay, one of the sublines. Now pay attention. This box is of 2 cm, has 10 sublines, and we have given the value as 1000. The span is 1000, 5000 to 6000. That means one subline denotes 1000. One subline denotes one subline denotes 100, value of 100. So first subline means 5100, second subline means 5200, third subline means 5300, fourth, fifth. Likewise, the ninth subline means 5900, and this one is 5000 plus 110 times, so 1000, so becomes 6000. Okay, so one subline shows here the value of 100. That means there are 10 sublines, so 100 into 10 becomes 1000. So 5000 plus 1000, here comes 6000. So one subline has value 100. Here I can clearly see this, my point of intersection comes on 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth subline. So already this is 5000, and 4 sublines means 5400. Okay, 5400. Okay, so from here, from my point of intersection, I am drawing a perpendicular. Okay, from my point of intersection, I am drawing a perpendicular. Why? It's clearly mentioned in the note. See here. Then draw a perpendicular from the point of intersection of the two diagonals. Okay, now please see here. Point where the perpendicular meets x-axis, it's called as the mode. The point where your perpendicular meets x-axis, my perpendicular meets over here, as I told you, this point. And this is what? This is 5400, because it's the fourth subline. Okay, my perpendicular meets here. So the point at which your perpendicular meets x-axis is called as your mode. So this is our mode, students. That's it. We got our answer. So our mode is 5400. Was it very simple? Yes, it's really very simple. Don't forget to write the scale over here. Scale 2 centimeter is equal to, now here the class intervals was given with the gap of 1000, right? So 2 centimeter is equal to 1000 units on x-axis, and 2 centimeter is equal to we took the scale of 2 units. One box ka value we gave as 2. So 2 centimeter is equal to 2 units on y-axis. Of course, not to repeat, everything on the graph paper should be with pencil. Nothing should be with the pen. Everything on the graph paper should be with the pencil. That's it, students. So our mode is 5400, but don't forget, students, to write this in your solution on the ruled page. Please don't forget to write this on the ruled page. So over here in this question, I'll say over here, I'll have to write it. Please see this. Therefore, mode is equal to 5400. Understanding, students? So this is the value. Always write this on the ruled page. So by this, students, we complete our 3 types of modes of raw data, tabulated data, and this is the mode of the group frequency. Last but not the least, students, pay attention. What is the gap over here of 1000, right? So after 3000, 4000, 5000, 6000, it goes very smoothly. But from 0, if you see, it directly jumps to 3000. So we have to draw a jumper, what we call it a kink, like this. Okay, and here it's smoothly going from 0 to 2 ka gap, 2 to 4, 2 ka gap, and so on. So here we need to draw a kink. Okay, students, pause the video and complete your graph fast. Thank you, students.